So sometimes you could tell by the face, looking at the person, is something he had heard something good or bad. Looking at his face, whether changed in a way you can tell the happiness or sadness or being upset and so on. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, tell them good, give the title for the munafiqeen. Munafiqeen, known word, the hypocrites. Mark the hypocrites. Give them the good news, you're going to hellfire. SubhanAllah. So in a way, marking them because they used to mark the Muslimin. Mark the Muslim, the Prophet ﷺ, the Sahaba, they make fun of them when they make sujood and their salah, they used to, and they will see who would laugh. So, as also an ayah, subhanAllah, Allah told the person in hellfire, said, Duq innaka anta al-aziz kareem. Said, taste, market him, said, same thing here, Bashir, like I said, Bashir usually the most likely been given the good news, but here to the munafiqeen, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala making fun of them. So, al-munafiqeen, what munafiqeen? The one who conceal totally different than what they show. Something concealed. And those are the most dangerous people, the munafiqeen. And if you promise and break your promise, it's hypocrisy, and so on. But the major hypocrisy, when you show the belief, and but inside hypocrisy and the other type of hypocrisy, minor and major. We cannot say the one who lies, you are kafir. Even this is a branch or quality or character of the munafiqeen, but still you cannot. Of course, no one should have this such a character, but still this is hypocrisy, but not the major hypocrisy. And nifaq in general, hypocrisy did not exist among the Arab before the second year of Hijrah. They didn't have no hypocrisy because there's no need for it. Because Muslims, they're weak. And then in the first period of Islam, 13 years in Mecca, the Muslims, they were defeated. They were hiding. Everyone else was hiding. Dar al-Arqam and other places. That's why they ran away from Mecca. So there's no need for hypocrisy. So the second year of Hijrah, when Rasulullah went to Medina, after they won the battle of Badr, then Islam became strong. Then some people of Medina, not outside of Islam, there was hypocrisy. No need. Alright? So this hypocrisy did not exist at that time, subhanAllah, at the beginning, then later on became something big and major. And he said, بَشِّرْ الْمُنَافِقِينَ بِأَنَّ لَهُمْ عَذَابًا أَلِيمًا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala warned them. When they said they will receive a severe or penalties for their kufr and their hypocrisy. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described them. He said, الَّذِينَ يَتَّخِذُونَ الْكَافِرِينَ أَوْلِيَاءَ مِن دُونِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ أَيَبْتَغُونَ عِندَهُمُ الْعِزَّةَ فَإِنَّ الْعِزَّةَ لِلَّهِ جَمِيعًا. So here the description of who's the munafiqeen. One of their qualities, or their characteristics, they are allied with the kuffar. And Allah says, do not take the Jews and the Christians as allies, subhanAllah. And the reason, why did they take him as allies? The hypocrites, like Abdullah ibn Ubay ibn Salul and them, and the others. He said, because they have no faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No service of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He said, يَبْتَغُونَ عَنْدَهُمُ الْعِزَّةِ. They want a dignity and victorious by this people. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala answered them, subhanAllah, and they said, they have forgot everything in the hand of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He said, and put people down, as Allah mentioned in the Quran, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa mentioned in the Quran, إِنَّ اللَّهَ يَرْفَعُ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will raise the status from people with this Quran, and He lowers status for others. The Quran, you are away from the Quran, or you take the Quran. So subhanAllah said, this surah from Munafiqun, when the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa was going to the Medina, going back to Medina, so the leader of Munafiqin, Abdullah ibn Ubay ibn Salul, he said, the honored people, they will get the humiliated ones outside the Medina. Meaning himself, he's the honor, and Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he's the humiliated one. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَلِلَّهِ الْعِزَّةِ وَلِرَسُولِ. The honor and the honor will belong to Allah and His Messenger and the believers. It's in His hand the honor and the dignity. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bring the people up, make him higher, make him victorious, make him superior. Allah subhanahu SubhanAllah. But they didn't know. Why? Because they have the worst thought of Allah. They had no faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala whatsoever. They thought that man, forget that this the Azza Lillah. Allah, the exalted and mighty subhanahu wa ta'ala. He said they forget, even though Muslims go through tests sometimes. They are defeated sometimes. But still, this is a test. Doesn't mean you're going to be down all the time. So in the things up and downs, this is one of the wisdom for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sometimes they are victorious, sometimes they lose, not as successful. Because if the Muslim win all the battles, then everybody convert. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so Allah distinguished the good from that's why the Muslim did not win every battle they have participated in, even with Rasul, the President of the Prophet, they lost the battle of Uhud. To tell the battle of Uhud, so the hypocrites, they pull back and they could be distinguished, subhanAllah. So he said, فَإِنَّ الْعِزَّةِ لِلَّهِ جَمِيعًا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is able to do things, everything in His hand, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is able to do all things. He said, إِنَّمَا أَمْرُهُ إِذَا أَرَادَ شَيْئًا أَن be. In Arabic, in English, kun, kaf, nun. In English, be. Will make you honor. Is how strong, how smart you are, being Muslim. Be like, be proud Muslim, but with humbleness at the same time. So, alhamdulillah. They said Hakim ibn Huzam, radiallahu anhu, he was very rich in the time before Islam. And he was one of the leaders of Quraysh. And also, he was very generous. So after he became Muslim, radiallahu anhu, he bought like a garment, belonged to the king of Yemen. Was known, king of Yemen, his name is Saif al-Nudiyazm. It's a well-known king from the kings of Yemen. So he bought it and he gifted to. So he gifted, not for him, he bought it and gifted to Rasulullah. So Rasulullah wore it one day as like, to make him feel good. They said it looks so good on the Prophet. Imagine this is good, and with the Prophet it's going to be even much nicer. They said, what is his name? Osama bin Zayd. So Osama, so he went out proud, gifted from Rasulullah and the clothes of the Yemeni king, right? And he saw Osama wear it. Said, SubhanAllah, I gifted to Rasulullah, the Mawla, meaning basically the worker of Rasulullah wearing the dress of a king of the Yemen. Who was he? SubhanAllah. So Osama proudly said, Wallahi, I'm as his mother to the king of Yemen because I'm Muslim. Even he was Mawla. Before that, Zayd, his father, was a slave. Then Rasulullah freed him, and he became a worker for Rasulullah. And this is his son Osama, and he was Hib Rasulullah. He loved him. One of the most people he loved was Osama. He said, I'm better than the king, and my father better than the king's father, and my mother better than the king's mother. Basically, be proud Muslim and never think you are less or humiliated, no matter who you are, no matter where you're from, no matter how dignified and become honorable. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the ayah, وَقَدْ نَزَّلَ عَلَيْكُمْ فِي الْكِتَابِ أَنْ إِذَا سَمِعْتُمْ آيَاتِ اللَّهِ يُكْفَرُ بِهَا وَيُسْتَهْزَأُ بِهَا فَلَا تَقْعُدُوا مَعَهُمْ حَتَّى يَخُوضُوا فِي حَدِيثٍ غَيْرِهِ إِنَّكُمْ إِذًا مِثْلُهُمْ إِنَّ اللَّهَ جَامِعُ الْمُنَافِقِينَ وَالْكَافِرِينَ فِي جَهَنَّمَ جَمِيعًا. Allah has an intention. Remember this. Mocking the deen unintentionally. Because no Muslim will mock the deen intentionally. But unintentionally. But this narrative about the Prophet ﷺ, Allah have even revealed ayat before this. He said, وَقَدْ نَزَّلَ عَلَيْكُمْ. They mean previously Allah revealed in Mecca ayat. Before this ayat was revealed in Medina, Allah have revealed ayat about don't sit out them understanding. Because the ayat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, ayat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they came to be honored, to be respected, to be implemented, to be glorified, to be recited. Imagine every letter you recite, there's a hasana multiplied by 10. Every word meant to be It's not something just like anyone. This is the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah spoke the Quran Himself. SubhanAllah. So we must honor it. Not to sit there, mark it, or sit with the people who's marking it. Without you saying anything. Just sitting there, sitting with those who criticizing the book of Allah or the Sunnah of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And he said, إذا سمعتم آيات الله يكفر بها. Like the earth, the moon, the sun, the sky, or the verses of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, salah, siyam, zakah, hajj, everything. So basically for people they said Mother Nature. When they see people they said, oh, this is Mother Nature. So this is things like this is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one who created the nature, Allah the one who controls this. And also they criticize when you wear the thobe, if you short your garment above your ankle, if you make a salah, people they mark the people, they do not move their legs, they do not move their eyebrows, and so on. So the thing is, keep you away from the deen. Don't do this. Said Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said here, فَلَا تَقْعُدُوا مَعَهُمْ. Do not sit with them. Don't be with them. The one who marked the sunnah, don't even get close to them. So remind if they don't remember, just move on. Because you must remind them. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made you from the best ummah to command for good and for something big. There wasn't the stories was mentioned by Umar in the time of Umar ibn Abdul Aziz, rahimahullah, the Khalifa, the famous Khalifa. Everybody knows Umar ibn Aziz, right? So this is the famous Khalifa, rahimahullah, one of the greatest Khalifa ever existed. He said one time they found people drinking. So they brought them all. I knew that the punishment of drinking, this guy, he was fasting. He just was sitting with them. He did not drink. He has been fasting. He said, you start with him. Because he was sitting with them. SubhanAllah. He started, did not sit at a table serving alcohol. Do not sit. And when they said, this guy said, you cannot eat at the restaurants who serves alcohol. If there's restaurants serve alcohol, you cannot. Abdurrahman.
Allah Akbar. الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا أشهد أن محمد رسول الله أشهد أن محمد حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح أكبر
So then the end of the ayah, after Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, do not be all together, they be thrown in fire. So in a way, given the news to the Muslimin, This is what it is, this is the consequence for what they have done in the dunya, which is mocking the deen, making fun of the deen. SubhanAllah. Then the next ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned, He said, الَّذِينَ يَتَرَبَّصُونَ بِكُمْ. He said the situation of the kuffar and the munafiqeen again. SubhanAllah, the munafiqeen said, they sit there and watch. They see, they act like Muslim, and they basically, and they will not be criticized, and they take part of the war bodies. So they said, الَّذِينَ يَتَرَبَّصُونَ, they wait and watch to see the result. فَإِنْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فَتْحٌ, so if you are victorious, said, they will tell, we were with you. At the time of Rasulullah, they went to the battlefield sometimes. They used to pray right next to Rasulullah and the Sahaba. That's what it is. They were very dangerous. Sitting there, subhanAllah, and went to the battle of Badr. Of course, they came back, the Uhud, and they came back. However, they made an excuse and reason for them not to participate. Between here and there, they wait to the last second, then they decide what's route they were taking. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala here exposing them. Said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to the mu'mineen, فَإِنْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فَتْحٌ, if you have fath, if you're victorious, then He said, if the kafirin have nasib. Linguistically here, nasib, they mean, they not fath. There's difference between the conquest and the victory and the success. So they succeeded one time, one thing, nasib, portion. Then they said, we protected you against the Muslimin. So in a way, and in a way, we want a part of the thing you have gained. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, don't worry about it. فَاللَّهُ يَحْكُمْ بَيْنَكُمْ. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will judge in between you in the day of judgment. Will tell you who was right, who upon the truth, who are these people, subhanAllah. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ended the ayah, this beautiful part of the ayah, said, وَلِيَجْعَلَ اللَّهُ الْكَافِرِينَ عَلَى الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. SubhanAllah. Even sometimes, like we said, they have the Muslimin, they have their ups and downs, but will never take over. And the hereafter, as Ali radiallahu anhu bin Abbas, they said that hereafter everything will be clear. Who's the right and who's wrong? Who's going to be victorious? And they said also in the dunya, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَلَا يَجْعَلْ, overcome the Muslims as long as they follow the deen. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, كُنْتُمْ خَيْرَ أُمَّةٍ أُخْرِجَتْ لِلنَّاسِ تَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَتَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنكَرِ. So the reason for the khayriyah, for the goodness, because of the two conditions. You command for good and forbid the evil. So as long as you follow this method, as long as you implement this in your life, you have the superiority. You are superior. This was the condition, subhanAllah. The moment you leave this one, they overcome you. They overtake the kuffar, the Muslimin, as the situation nowadays, subhanAllah. But in general, no way a person, as Rasulullah's dua came, there is no way for this ummah to die, to be banished, or to be perishing. So the thing is, this something, but in general, in the hereafter we find out, and the dunya, the moment you start implementing the deen in your life, then definitely you'll be successful. And that's what we like. People knocking the sunnah, does not apply to sunnah. Just, if you can't do it, just at least don't say something bad. So this is something huge. Said Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, just always the ayah. You cannot do the sunnah in your life, any type of sunnah. Any type of sunnah. If you cannot do it, why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, the moment you mock the sunnah, you are like the munafiqeen and the kuffar. Innakum min clear ayah. You mock it, you criticize it. So this is, be careful, and definitely the victory at the end of the day will be for the believers over the munafiqeen, and show them who was upon the right path from the one who was upon the wrong path, inshallah. Simple one, so.
He's black and white, this is A, right? What if you make fun of that? Is that mocking the deen?
You're mocking the creation for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
That also on the...
Of course. I mean, what made you better because you have different colors? Who decided the white better or the black better or the green better? Who decided this? Clearly, Allah said the righteousness will distinguish who's better. There's no difference. The race, the color. So who decided made those the people levels? The white better or the black better? or the Arab or the Spanish or Japanese or Chinese? Who decided this? Allah decided different. So the human being, the one who made this, can this better or this good, and this will distinguish. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you will be distinguished by the taqwa only. That's it. One question. To donate, if that harmful to you in your life, it's haram. So you cannot donate your eye. But if you want to donate the kidney without you being affected, for example, it's halal. Kidney is fine. You donate like this, sometimes they give part of their liver to save another person, and you're not going to be affected by like doctors or like a experienced doctor.